How's it going, everyone? So I want to talk about Justin Bieber. If you haven't heard, he developed a Ramsay Hunt Syndrome, which I'm going to get into. In his face, I'll put some pictures. I'm sure you've already seen it, though. His face is drooping, and one of my subscribers had asked me to do a video on it. I know a lot of people are thinking, and I'm definitely going to speak my mind. So, real quick, Ramsay Hunt syndrome is a neurological syndrome slash condition in which your cranial nerve, I think it's the seventh cranial nerve, gets compromised from a virus, and in this case, it's hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly, the varicella zoster virus, and this virus attacks the cranial nerve, which causes the facial paralysis, the eye drooping, and in some cases, dizziness and other symptoms. So Justin Bieber has been diagnosed with it. He posted it on his Instagram. I don't follow this guy. I don't really follow celebrities, but you can't help but not hear about it. So and I have done videos about vaccines and stuff, so I want to give you my opinion, because I know the big question people want to ask is, it's been all over the internet, is it was this caused from the COVID-19 jab slash vaccine. Hopefully this video doesn't get flagged. So what I'm going to say is I'm trying to be as objective as possible, because whenever it's very important to it's important to me to be sure that I'm objective, and that I don't just put everything, blame everything on the vaccine, because I don't want to be labeled as a conspiracy theorist, although some people probably already have may perceive me that way, but which I really don't care. But I think for my true subscribers, I want to make sure that I try to come from an objective perspective at all times. So the prevalence of the Ramsay Hunt syndrome in the general population for my research is about 5 in 100,000, give or take. Based on the articles that I've read, majority of the doctors and experts, and I'm not surprised, are saying that it is not from the COVID-19 vaccine. I can't unequivocally say that it is or it isn't, because I need to see more data, but it is a little bit suspicious for a few reasons. The sole reason is that Ramsay Hunt syndrome tends to reoccur usually over the age of 60. And let me backtrack a little bit about Ramsay Hunt syndrome. It derives from like I said earlier, the varicella zoster virus, and that is responsible for getting chickenpox, right, and or shingles. So the majority of people, like I got chickenpox pretty late. I got when I was 9 years old. But anyway, once you get the chickenpox, unless there's rare instances, you get it once for life, and you're good. You have immunity. Some people get it twice, but for the sake of this video, the majority of people get it once, and you're good. It's one and done. However, this varicella zoster virus actually stays in your system, even though you don't see it. It's dormant. It's remaining in your system, but it's not moving. But under rare cases, it actually reemerges. Why does it reemerge? There's various reasons, but some people say it's from a compromised immune system, which is the reason why people age 60 and above get Ramsay Hunt syndrome, and or I forgot to mention shingles. They kind of go I won't say hand in hand, but these are two of the unfortunate side effects from the varicella zoster virus emerging post chicken pox. So yeah, like I was saying, it's a little bit not coincidental. I guess coincidental a little bit. It's a little bit suspicious, I should say, that he is young, and that in relatively good health, from my understanding, and yet he developed this. The people in the articles that are saying, "Oh no, 100% it's not true," I don't like to go with that theory until there's just more data. He hasn't even mentioned anything about it. I'm not sure what that means. In my opinion, I think he's trying to keep his mouth shut, because if you say the V word, you say vaccine, and you say COVID, and you say it's because of this, then you can get in a lot of trouble. You could be canceled out. And I know he knows that people in social media have been theorizing. I don't know if that's actually a word, but they've been speculating that it's from the vaccine. And not that I know of, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't follow him. I don't think he's really countered that argument and said that it wasn't from it. He's kind of just laying low and just saying positive things. Maybe he did, but I haven't checked the news today. He's been just mostly saying positive things, keeping it neutral, such as, I believe in God, and I hope to get better. And he had to cancel his concerts, and says that he wishes for a good recovery. So he's been kind of neutral. And the other thing that I've read is that he hasn't stated publicly that he even took a vaccine. I just think that if he wasn't afraid of speaking, that he would just flat out take a firm stance on it. But maybe he's being not censored. Maybe he's being threatened, or he has this perception that he could get canceled, which is definitely a possibility. This is all speculation, of course. Nonetheless, if I'm not losing my train of thought, kind of going all over the place. But the other thing is that his wife Haley, I don't follow her as much, but she's had some issues too, such as she got a blood clot, and once again, we don't know if she's been vaccinated or not. But if I were to venture to guess, if she were to get a blood clot, it would probably be from the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, because females are at a higher risk of blood clots. Now, I'm not saying she got that from the vaccine, if she got vaccinated, but my gut feeling is that, my gut feeling is that I can't unequivocally say one way or another. You just can't. That's one of the reasons why, like, some of these articles, you can't even take it. You can't take it that seriously, because it's like you get these reporters and they just immediately say, "Oh well, Justin and Haley didn't, they didn't unequivocally say that I even took a vaccine, so because of that, no, it's not true." It's like, no. I did read a few articles that stated a couple of doctors had said that although it's possible, it's not likely caused from it. That I can kind of understand to a point, but to unequivocally say 100% it's not from the vaccine, to me, is a little biased. And one last thing, if you made it this far, close to 8 minutes in this video, and small little rant. When someone gets COVID and they have multiple comorbidities are previous ailments, obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, feeding tube, pneumonia. The average person that dies has four or more comorbidities, and age of like 65 or 70 years old. Anyways, when a person has that many comorbidities, and then when they contract COVID, the narrative is always it's 100% from COVID. And you got to understand the difference between dying from the virus or dying with the virus. It may slightly contribute to it, but to unequivocally say that it was 100% from the virus is disingenuous to the public. That's the part I don't like. And conversely, when someone gets the jab, the vaccine, and then they have some adverse reactions, the narrative immediately is 100% it's not the vaccine. You can't play it both ways. How can you 100% say when someone has four or more comorbidities and gets a vaccine, you can unequivocally say that, or sorry, let me backtrack. How can you unequivocally say that if someone has four or more comorbidities and, they get COVID, that they 100% for sure died from COVID, yet when they get the vaccine and then they end up having a lot of effects or dying, they immediately disregard the notion that the vaccine was a contributing factor to it. So I know it's a mouthful, but that just doesn't make sense to me. So anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. In conclusion, do I know for sure that the Biebs got the Ramsay Hunt syndrome from the jab. I can't say for sure. I do know that if there's more data that comes out, because right now the prevalence is, like I said, 5 out of 100,000. If that number starts creeping up and the data starts to pour out, then it's something that's going to be more of a red flag. The problem with that is most people underreport the VAERS data, which is the Vaccine Adverse Effects Reporting System, is severely underreported. So I highly suggest, if you do have any side effects, to report it. And I don't think doctors have been promoting that, to report it. You don't have to. A loved one doesn't have to die for you to report. This is just adverse reactions. So anyway, that's my time. Thanks for watching. Hope that clears some of it up and you learned something. I'll talk to you later. Bye.